What if I told you that beneath your feet, hidden in a forgotten shipwreck or tucked away in an ancient burial mound, could lie treasures worth millions, even billions of dollars? But what really makes them so valuable? Is it the weight of the gold or the history they hold? Let's take an adventurous journey through time and across continents to unearth some of the most staggering treasure finds in history, starting with a mysterious burial mound in England, the Sutton Hoo. Journey with me to Egypt, 1922. Howard Carter, an archaeologist backed by the wealth of Lord Carnarvon, made one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of all time, the virtually undisturbed tomb of the pharaoh Tutankhamun. After years of fruitless digging in the Valley of the Kings, Carter's persistence finally paid off. He discovered a flight of steps that led to a sealed door and, beyond it, a world untouched for over 3,000 years. Inside the tomb were 4 rooms filled with items that offered an invaluable glimpse into the wealth, sophistication, and culture of ancient Egypt. These items, more than 5,000 in total, were meticulously recorded by Carter and his team over the course of 8 years. Among the treasures were chariots, statues, a ceremonial fan, food and wine jars, and personal items of the boy king. The centerpiece was the stone sarcophagus containing 3 nested coffins, the final one made of solid gold. Inside lay the mummy of the young king, adorned with a dazzling funerary mask of gold and lapis lazuli, considered one of the most beautiful artistic creations in the world. This mask alone weighs about 22.6 pounds of solid gold and is one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Egypt. Valuing the treasures of King Tut's tomb is an almost impossible task due to its historical, archaeological, and cultural importance. However, if we were to consider just the raw materials, the price of gold alone for the burial mask would today be around $600,000. But the real value lies far beyond the cost of materials. When the treasures toured in the late 1970s, they were insured for an estimated $36 million. In today's dollars, accounting for inflation, that would be close to $144 million. But the actual value of this window into ancient Egypt is truly immeasurable. It's 1622, Spain. The Nuestra Señora de Atocha, a heavily armed galleon, set sail from Cuba back to Spain, laden with an unimaginable wealth extracted from the New World. The treasure on board included 24 tons of silver bullion, 180,000 silver coins, copper ingots, gold coins, emeralds, and other precious jewels. But fate had other plans for the Atocha. Just a day after setting sail, it was caught in a furious hurricane, sinking it near the Florida Keys and taking its treasure down to the bottom of the sea. Fast forward to the 20th century, enter treasure hunter Mel Fisher. Fisher spent 16 relentless years searching for the Atocha, overcoming hardship, doubt, and the tragic loss of his son and daughter-in-law in the pursuit. His motto was, "Today's the day," a testament to his undying belief that he would find the Atocha. And in July of 1985, Fisher's dream came true. They found the main pile of the Atocha, a mound of silver bars and other artifacts, the heart of the ship's lost cargo. The Atocha treasure find was enormous, the mother lode as Fisher called it. The treasure trove contained 40 tons of gold and silver, 114,000 Spanish silver coins known as pieces of 8, gold coins, Colombian emeralds, golden chains, and hundreds of other artifacts. Today, the salvaged gold and silver alone is worth over $400 million. But the story doesn't end there. Even though the main pile of the Atocha has been found, many of the ship's precious jewels are believed to still be scattered over the ocean floor, lost to the sands of time, waiting for the next Mel Fisher to declare, "Today's the day." Our final destination lies beneath the Atlantic Ocean, a world away from the Silk Road, where the story of the SS Central America unfolds. Also known as the Ship of Gold, the SS Central America was a 280-foot sidewheel steamer that operated between Central America and the eastern coast of the United States during the 1850s. In September 1857, she was caught in a hurricane and sank off the coast of the Carolinas, taking with her a treasure trove that played a pivotal role in the California gold rush. The ship was carrying a hefty cargo of gold prospectors returning from California, laden with their hard-earned nuggets and coins. When the ship sank, it was carrying an estimated 21 tons of gold, a loss that contributed to the Panic of 1857, a financial crisis that shook the United States. Fast forward to the 1980s. when a group led by marine engineer Tommy Thompson used evolving technology and extensive research to locate the shipwreck and recover a portion of its treasure. The treasure that they managed to bring up from the seabed included thousands of gold coins, hundreds of gold ingots, and countless gold nuggets. The exact value of the SS Central America's treasure is difficult to determine, as it depends on the weight, purity, and collector value of the individual pieces. However, the recovered gold was initially insured for $100 million when it was brought up in the late 1980s. Auctions of the treasure have since brought in tens of millions of dollars, and the full value of the recovered gold is thought to exceed $150 million. The majority of the treasure still lies at the bottom of the ocean, its exact worth unknown but undoubtedly colossal. The tale of the SS Central America is a reminder that sometimes the sea keeps the most glittering secrets. Our journey takes us now to Afghanistan in 1978, where a Soviet-Afghan archaeological team unearthed 6 burial mounds in the province of Jauzian, near Shebagan in northern Afghanistan. The site, known as Tilia Tepe or Golden Hill, held an extraordinary discovery: a treasure hoard from an ancient nomadic tribe known as the Bactrians. The tombs contained over 20,000 pieces of jewelry and precious objects dating back to the 1st century BC. Golden bracelets, necklaces, medallions, crowns, belts, and even boot buckles, intricately designed with a mix of Hellenistic, Indian, Chinese, and nomadic influences. The most iconic piece from the hoard is perhaps the collapsible crown of one of the female nobles, adorned with a tree of life motif, showing the sublime craftsmanship of the time. This treasure, commonly referred to as the Bactrian gold, offers a golden window into the life, culture, and the wide-reaching connections of the ancient Silk Road. But what's even more remarkable is the story of its survival. During the turbulent years that followed its discovery, the Bactrian gold was thought lost or stolen. However, it was safely hidden away in a vault in Kabul, only to be rediscovered in 2003, thereby safeguarding an invaluable part of humanity's shared cultural heritage. So, what is the worth of this magnificent treasure trove? Placing a value on archaeological artifacts is challenging, but expert estimates suggest that the gold alone could be worth over $200 million. However, the historical and cultural significance of the Bactrian gold makes it in many ways truly priceless. Picture the calm countryside of Suffolk, England in 1939. Edith Pretty, a wealthy landowner intrigued by the mysterious earthen mounds on her property, hires self-taught archaeologist Basil Brown to investigate. As Basil digs into the heart of the largest mound, he uncovers an undisturbed ship burial, an incredible rarity of its kind. The burial belonged to a high-ranking individual, likely a king or a noble warrior from the 7th century. The ship measured a staggering 27 meters in length, but its contents were even more awe-inspiring. Buried within were a collection of artifacts with unrivaled craftsmanship and material richness, reflecting the pinnacle of the Anglo-Saxon period's artistic and technical capabilities. Among the items were weapons, including a sword and a shield, both highly ornamental and inlaid with garnets. More than 40 gold items were found, including a gold belt buckle that alone weighs 400 grams. Intricate shoulder clasps adorned with garnets and intricate filigree work, coins from Frankish mints, and a purse filled with gold coins were also discovered. But the most iconic find was undoubtedly the ornately decorated helmet, a symbol of sovereignty and martial prowess, restored from hundreds of fragments into a grand piece of history. Now, estimating the monetary value of the Sutton Hoo treasure is challenging because it's not just about the weight in gold, but also the historical and cultural significance, which is simply incalculable. For comparison, a single artifact from the Staffordshire Hoard, another Anglo-Saxon treasure, was valued at £3.285 million, about $4.3 million in today's terms, in 2009. And the Sutton Hoo finds are even more significant. Though we can't attach a specific dollar amount to the Sutton Hoo treasure, its invaluable insight into the Anglo-Saxon world spirituality, artistry, and power dynamics makes it a priceless treasure of humanity. Stepping away from sunken ships and royal tombs, we find ourselves in the quiet town of Panagurishte, Bulgaria. Here in 1949, 3 brothers were digging clay for bricks when they stumbled upon a remarkable golden artifact, setting in motion a discovery that would shake the archaeological world. The brothers had discovered the panegyrised treasure, a golden hoard dating back to the 4th to 3rd centuries BC. The treasure consists of 9 vessels, including a filey, 3 wine jugs, and 4 rhytons. Each of these pieces was ornately decorated with scenes from Thracian mythology and custom, revealing the deep and rich cultural tapestry of the Thracian people. One of the most stunning pieces, the amphora rhyton, is believed to be a ceremonial vessel. Crafted in gold, it is adorned with scenes depicting a Thracian ruler and a procession of servants, warriors, and elders, giving us a glimpse into the courtly life of ancient Thracia. What's most astounding about this find is not just the gold itself, but the exceptional craftsmanship, the exquisite detailing, and the storytelling through art. The weight of the treasure is approximately 6.164 kilograms of 24-karat gold. Considering the cultural and historical value plus the raw gold value, it is estimated that the panegyrised treasure is worth at least $200 million. But can you really put a price on a discovery that has unlocked so many secrets of a long-lost civilization? For many, the true value of the panegyrised treasure is not in dollars and cents, but in its priceless contribution to our understanding of the human past. So there we have it, an odyssey through time and space, chasing gold, history, and the human spirit. From Sutton Hoo's ghostly ship to the sunken SS Central America, and from the Golden Pharaoh Tutankhamun's resting place to the Thracians' exquisite golden hoard in Panegyriste, we've uncovered not just treasures but narratives, civilizations and cultures that once flourished. After all, we know the real treasure lies not in gold or gems, but in the knowledge and understanding we gain. History is filled with unexplained mysteries, and while we've made great strides in understanding our ancient past, there are still many questions that boggle the mind. Let's dive into some ancient mysteries you probably didn't know. Death Valley, located in eastern California, holds the title as the hottest place on Earth, with temperatures soaring up to 134 degrees Fahrenheit. Amid this sweltering desert, a peculiar phenomenon has baffled observers for decades. Rocks, some weighing as much as 700 pounds, move across the flat valley floor, leaving snaking trails behind them. These are no ordinary trails, they can stretch for hundreds of meters. At first, many theories were postulated to explain these mysterious movements. Some believed that strong winds, in combination with the valley's slick, muddy floor after a rain, could push these boulders across the ground. Others thought that maybe ice, forming around the stones during the cold nights and breaking during the warm days, might play a part in their inexplicable movement. Recent research, however, has provided a somewhat satisfying explanation. Scientists observed that under certain winter conditions, rain would create thin sheets of ice under these rocks. As the morning sun broke, the ice would crack, and with a gentle nudge from light winds, these ice panels, carrying the rocks with them, would start to slide and eventually break up, leaving the rocks at their new location and the winding trails behind. Yet even with this theory, many questions remain. The conditions required for such movement are so delicate and precise that it's truly a marvel of nature to witness the phenomenon. The Roman Knifer Legion, also known as Legio Nanae Hispana, is a story steeped in mystery and speculation. This legion, which comprised about 5,000 soldiers, was one of the most prestigious and battle-hardened units in the vast Roman army. Established in Spain around 65 BC, the Ninth Legion played pivotal roles in several Roman campaigns, including Julius Caesar's invasions of Gaul and Britain. However, after their last known documented appearance in Britain in AD 108, the trail of the Ninth Legion goes cold. What happened to these thousands of Roman soldiers? Theories are abundant. One popular account, albeit highly speculative, is that they were dispatched further north to deal with Caledonian tribes in modern-day Scotland and met a grisly end. This theory suggests that they could have been ambushed and massacred by local tribes, a narrative fueled by the film The Eagle and the novel it was based on, The Eagle of the Ninth. Another theory proposes that they might have been stationed at the eastern edges of the Roman Empire, perhaps facing Persian forces, and met their demise there. Archaeological evidence in the form of stamped tiles bearing the legion's insignia was found in the Netherlands, suggesting they might have been relocated there. Yet another perspective is that they simply were disbanded, assimilated into other legions, or suffered heavy losses from various skirmishes and battles, eventually ceasing to exist as a distinct unit. Despite numerous excavations, extensive historical research, and various theories, the fate of the Ninth Hispana remains one of the ancient world's greatest mysteries. Their disappearance fuels the imagination and serves as a stark reminder of the vast swathes of history that remain unknown and possibly unknowable. Nestled in the central plains of Laos, you'll find a mysterious archaeological landscape known as the Plain of Jars. Thousands of stone jars, ranging from small, weighing only a few kilograms, to colossal, weighing several tons, dot the Xiankowang Plateau. The largest jar measures up to 3 meters in height. These are not mere scattered pots. They form a peculiar, purposeful landscape. Dating these stone marvels has placed them as far back as the Iron Age, 500 BC to AD 500. But what purpose did these jars serve? The local legends and myths about the jars are as fascinating as the jars themselves. One local legend suggests that the jars were used to brew vast amounts of rice wine for giants who once inhabited the region. Another tells a tale of a great warrior named Kun Chung, who created the jars to store wine to celebrate his victories in battle. Archaeological research presents a different story. Many of the jars appear to have been associated with ancient burial practices. Excavations around the jars have unearthed human remains, burial goods, and ceramics. It's hypothesized that the jars might have been used in prehistoric burial rituals, where bodies were left to decompose or distill before the final burial. The exact specifics of these practices remain enigmatic, as does the civilization that created them. With the vast number of jars and their immense weight, one must wonder about the societal organization, belief systems, and technical know-how of the people who carved and transported these stone containers across the plateau. The mysterious sea peoples stand out as one of the most puzzling and intriguing elements of ancient Mediterranean history. We first learn of them through Egyptian sources, where Pharaoh Ramesses III, in the 12th century BC, boasts of his triumph over these enigmatic invaders in inscriptions at Medinet Habu. Who were the sea peoples? This question has stumped historians and archaeologists alike. The inscriptions depict them not merely as raiders, but as whole families, men, women, and children, moving by land and sea, indicating migrations and perhaps the search for new lands to settle. They appear to have been a confederation of various tribes and groups, with names like the Shurden, Luka, and Peliset, many of which cannot be definitively linked to known cultures or regions. Their sudden appearance and their role in the widespread upheavals and collapse of the late Bronze Age civilizations of the Eastern Mediterranean have been the subject of much speculation. Some theories suggest they originated from the Western Mediterranean or the Aegean Sea, driven to migrate due to factors like climate change, societal unrest, or economic pressures. Their impact was profound. Several well-established kingdoms and empires, like the Hittites and the Mycenaean Greeks, declined or fell around this period. While it's reductive to blame the sea peoples solely for these collapses, they certainly played a significant role in the disruptions. The sea peoples also left a lasting legacy. One group among them, the Peliset, is believed to have settled in the coastal regions of Canaan, and are often identified with the Philistines, the famed adversaries of the Israelites in biblical narratives. Despite the extensive records of battles against them and the attempts to depict them in art and inscriptions, the origins, motivations, and the very identity of the sea peoples remain shrouded in mystery, making them a captivating subject in the annals of ancient history. Deep within the Temple of the Inscriptions in Palenque, Mexico, lies the tomb of Kinich Janaab Pakal, or Pakal the Great, one of the most famous rulers of the Maya civilization. This tomb, with its ornate sarcophagus, was hidden from the modern world until its discovery in 1952. Pakal ruled the city-state of Palenque for an impressive 68 years, and his reign marked a golden era for the city. But what makes him truly intriguing to the modern observer isn't just his historical significance, but the mysteries surrounding his tomb, especially the intricately carved lid of his sarcophagus. The sarcophagus lid showcases an elaborate scene. Pakal at the center, with intricately detailed cosmic and mythological symbols all around him. To some, it appears as if Pakal is falling into the jaws of the underworld, or perhaps rising to the heavens. To others, it seems as though he is operating or interacting with some form of machinery, which has led to numerous alternative theories about its interpretation. One of the most sensational interpretations, though not supported by mainstream archaeology, is that the depiction shows Pakal piloting some kind of spacecraft, with references to what appear to be flames and controls. This has led to a subset of theories about ancient astronauts and extraterrestrial influence on ancient civilizations, particularly the Maya. However, mainstream archaeologists interpret the carvings on the sarcophagus as symbolic representations of Pakal's journey to the afterlife and his transition into godhood, with elements of Maya cosmology and mythology interwoven. Regardless of one's interpretation, the intricate details and the unparalleled artistry make the sarcophagus of Pakal a testament to the sophistication and depth of Maya culture. The Longu Grottos, located in the Zhejiang province of China, stand as a testimony to ancient engineering brilliance and the mysteries that persist around ancient Chinese civilizations. Discovered in 1992 by local villagers in Longu County, these man-made caves date back to at least 2,200 years ago during the Qin dynasty, though their origins could be even older. The grottos are not just simple caves. They represent an extensive excavation covering over 30,000 square meters. What's astonishing is the precision involved. Each cave reaches depths of up to 30 meters and features uniformly chiseled walls and ceilings, with intricate markings and patterns reminiscent of decorative bamboo matting. The caves also have rooms, bridges, pools and gutters, with pillars carved out of the rock to support the ceilings. The questions that have puzzled researchers are many. What tools were used to create such precise and massive structures, especially given the absence of any tool marks? For what purpose were these grottos made? Some theories suggest they were used as tombs, while others believe they might have served as astronomical observatories or even places for social gatherings. Another perplexing fact is the absence of historical records or mentions of the Longu Grottos in any known texts, given their grand scale and the effort that must have been involved in their construction. This is especially curious when considering the meticulous nature of Chinese historical documentation. Furthermore, the sheer volume of rock that would have been removed during the excavation is estimated to be 1 million cubic meters. Yet, where this massive quantity of material ended up remains a mystery. No debris piles or traces of the removed rock have been found nearby. The Longu Grottos, with their precision engineering and lack of historical records, continue to mystify archaeologists and visitors alike, serving as a silent testament to the capabilities and enigmas of ancient civilizations. And as always, I hope you enjoyed our video today. Thanks for watching.